Okay, let's call this public information session together, and Councillor Thompson will lead us through the litany. I appreciate that, Councillor.
My pleasure, Your Worship. The purpose of this session is to consider applications made to City Council and to hear public feedback with regard to those applications. All persons who believe that their interest in property within the boundaries of the city is affected by the applications shall be afforded a reasonable opportunity to be heard or to present written submissions respecting matters contained in the application that are the subject of this session. No one will be or should feel discouraged or prevented from making their views known. This session is open to the public, and all representations to council form part of the public record. A live video and audio feed may be broadcast and recorded by GFTV. All information, correspondence, petitions, or reports that have been received concerning the application have been made available to the public. The correspondence and petitions received after October 30th, 2019, date of notification, are available for inspection during the course of this session and are located on the information table in the foyer of the council chamber. Members of council may ask questions if they so wish. However, the main function of council members is to listen to the views of the public. It is not the function of council to debate the merits of the proposed application with individual citizens or with each other at this session. Council debate on the proposed application is scheduled to take place during the next regular council meeting after the conclusion of this session. It should be noted, however, that for some items, a final decision may not be able to be reached at that meeting. It must be emphasized that council will not receive any representation from the applicant or members of the public after conclusion of this session. During a public feedback session, people sometimes become enthusiastic or emotional. Regardless of whether you favor or oppose any application or argument, please refrain from applause or other expressions of emotion. Restraint enables others whose views may or may not coincide with your own to exercise their right to express their views and have them heard in as impartial a forum as possible.
Thank you, Mayor Thompson. Here's a pre-warning. Thank you, Councillor Thompson.
You're welcome.
And asking concerning variance 2019-135B, have we received any documents or anything from the public?
We've received nothing in terms of written submissions, either in person or by email, and we did have the advertising in the October 30th and November 6th editions of the Gazette as legislatively required.
All right. I see no one here to speak, and it moves us down to requesting that the applicant be given an opportunity to present his case. Warren, would you like to come forward and,
sure.
and present your plan, I guess. It's
just here?
Yeah. You can use that microphone if you turn the thing on there. Okay, go ahead and tell us what your plans are.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Our plan is to put in a cannabis retail store in the location at 135B Market. It looked very similar to our first store that opened in July in Warfield, called Green Pineapple. We recognize that there's rules in place that it has to be within, it cannot be within 100 meters of schools, and in this case I think the Dazzle Dance Studio. I believe the distance as the crow flies is 94, 95 meters. Walking distance is more than 100 meters, 125 if you kind of go through the alley and around. So we're asking Mayor and Council to consider a variance to allow us to operate in that location, even though it's 5 to 7 meters short from what's currently contained in the bylaws, I guess.
All right, can I ask you, the Dazzle Dance Studio is a rental arrangement, is it not?
I believe so.
Yes.
As far as I know, yep. Councilor Cornick has said.
Councilor Corliss?
Yeah, it's a month-to-month rental even, it's not even a long-term lease or anything like that. So
Right.
it is month-to-month.
And Councilor
Oh,
Crog
no,
and...
I think he's still talking.
Yeah, I've talked to the owner and they said they're okay with it. They were a little opposed to if it was obvious at the front, like there's big, huge, obvious, cannabis leaves or something. They were a little concerned about that, but other than that, they were perfectly fine with the idea.
I made one attempt to contact them through social media. I think it was Instagram or Facebook. Left a message just to give me a call. It wasn't specific to the application. I didn't hear back. So I didn't,
Councilor Crog?
Yeah, just when I look at it as the crow flies, as opposed to walking through walls, like if you took the regular streets, regular alleyways, and regular sidewalks, then you're probably over the 100.
You said 120 approximately.
yeah, I pasted it. It was about 125 if you go up the alley, make the turn, and then do a straight line. If you follow the sidewalks, it would be more than the 125.
Yeah, because physical people can't.
And you know that
Go through
cannabis
buildings.
smokers can't walk through walls?
No,
Pretty much,
Pretty much.
till they have edibles.
and I don't believe there's any line of sight from the
Right.
studio to the building anyways. It's sort of tucked away in that parking back alleyway, so there's one commercial door, there's a small window that's on the side of the building, so there's you're not allowed to see into the store. Provincial legislation, probably familiar
Yes,
with the store, so and then the product's locked up and not visible through the doorway, so there's about 3 layers of protection, I guess, from visually seeing the product in the store.
Can I ask you how your Warfield operation is going? Have you had any difficulties with that location?
No, none at all, actually. We've had nothing in the way of security issues. We've had no issues with minors. The support's been very good. Probably 40% of our customers are over the age of 60. Looking for a lot of products that we can't carry right now that should be available in December and into 2020. Balms, edibles, tinctures, that sort of thing. So the rules are changing fairly quickly federally. Right now, it's just a small variety of products that we're allowed to carry in the store. But yeah, no issues. We're in contact with City Council there. Yeah, everything's been positive.
Okay, Council further. How are your hours of operation working there?
We're allowed with our
Full hours of operation.
yeah, we're allowed to be open from 9 a.m. till 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Provincially, they allow 11 p.m., but the city of or village of Warfield decided to limit it to 10 p.m. And then we, in turn, while we're allowed to open till 10, at this time we're opening 12 hours from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. We opened for the first month, 3 weeks to a month. We opened till 10. There wasn't a lot of traffic after 9 o'clock, so we decided for scheduling and for sort of staffing reasons, we would do 12 hours from 9 to 9.
Thank you. Further questions, Council? We have to leave this open for 15 minutes, or can you do a 10? I'm not sure what we had in the past. We don't have anyone here to talk about the cannabis issues, You're early.
I realized I think I didn't be happening yet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We do not know that for sure until you asked, and she wasn't read her Miranda rights. So you'll have to reread your whole preamble.
You know what? You lose, you snooze, you lose, I've done my thing, made my contribution.
And what have I done?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Ron?
Your worship, you could ask if anyone
Oh, yeah.
is here to be heard.
Since I can see there's no one here, I guess I can.
But you should ask it.
Yes, it should be on the record.
Yes.
How do we know that?
Yes.
Les is here.
I'll point out that when you look at a top-down view like this and go measuring things, you're measuring on a linear distance along a flat plane. He's gonna be on the first floor, Dazzle Dance is on the second floor, so there's a diagonal involved. It may actually be over 100 meters.
It could be, I didn't account for the third dimension.
So call for any input from the general public on this matter?
All you on Facebook could chime in too. I see there's a few watching.
They're inviting you, I'll just put that in.
You need to have that roof looked at, just saying.
Well, we will see.
Having a baker next door, that doesn't bother you?
No,
Might make the
I love-
joke
No,
out
no,
easier.
you
I love
don't,
bakers.
no, you don't understand. Brian hates the smell of bread and good stuff. It's been known for years.
You're not taking this seriously, Neil.
I know. I was thinking, ooh, bakery.
Now, just back onto business, so I understand that do you have training program for your employees? I know the government asks for a security check on anyone who staffs your store.
10 years.
yeah, how the security check is actually done by the province, so.
Yeah,
Even myself, after going through the process of being the owner and getting the license, I was required to fill out probably round 3 of security checks to go in and actually be listed with the province as a qualified cannabis worker. And that means if you're doing any duties from accounting, management, volunteering, anything within the store, you have to be licensed or be given a clearance from the province on top of everything else.
right.
So it's been a bit onerous to be able to hire staff. Staff want to come in, by the time they fill out their application, send in their $75 or $100. It was taking 3 to 4 months to get approvals.
For a staff.
So yeah, so it was a challenge when we started. We filled it out as soon as it came out before we were ever approved for our first license at the Green Pineapple in Moorfield. But then, of course, you can't hire staff till you know when you're open. So some of us were working some long hours until we could get them approved. So we do our own internal training program, but again, no one can volunteer or work for pay in there unless they've been cleared by the province, which is a security and a criminal record check, I guess. So.
Calling a second time, anyone have any comments on this application for a variance? Calling a third time, anyone have any input on this variance
I'll
application?
just check Facebook here. No, I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I can call this an adjournment. Motion, the meeting is adjourned.